Imagine if I actually had 3 hearts. That would be weird. Good afternoon, matey. Good afternoon, how you doing? I had a very stressful week this week. And actually, I've been having a migraine like every single night, waking up with a migraine, going to sleep with heaviness. It's just been absolutely hectic. But you know what I realized, yeah? The school systems is just absolute crap. Sorry, because I know now I'm a teacher. I shouldn't really be talking like that, but I can't help but tell the truth. So, the school systems are absolutely crap. No, you should not have 30 kids with 1 teacher. Number 1. Number 2, when children are together in groups like that, there's just absolutely no way that they learn. Together, only the ones who know how to listen, who know how to block out everything, only those people learn. Otherwise, it's a distraction to be around so many children while you're trying to learn. So basically, you're disadvantaging most kids because most kids cannot zone into you and only focus on you when there's just so much going on in the room. And it's just so tiring to have to keep getting attention from people and have to keep going, right. So I've got these little tricks that I've picked up from the week of saying like, hands up, everybody hands up, hands up. And then the whole room goes quiet and then I can speak, right? And it's just tiring. But there is like a positive side, which is that I get to be around these like cute little things, and they go all the way up to year 6, which is like 10 years old, and they're just like the cutest things. And yes, some of them are cheeky, but I find it funny when they're cheeky, which I'm not supposed to. I'm supposed to be strict, but obviously I can't be strict and you can fire me because I'm not going to be strict. I'm going to be firm and I'm going to not let people take the piss out of me, of course, but there's no way that I'm going to be angry Nayna to these children. Absolutely not. And the schools are full of that. They're full of that. Oh no. Anyways, rant over. And in one of the days where I had a really hard day, I came home and my neighbor had parked again and blocked my car park, and this time we had a massive argument and it was just the worst day. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Why am I doing this job? I can't do this job. But then the next day was much better. And then I'm back to like being like, okay, I think I can do this, even though I just like, I can't, I'm gonna quit. And then my mum had a big old, monologue about how I cannot quit, and if we quit, how we're gonna change the world. And if my dream is to change the world, Nayna, you can't quit when it gets hard. You have to carry on. And I'm like, but I can't carry on. I don't know what to do. And my hardest ones was like the youngest ones. Because like when they're done with the day, they're done with the day. And it's like, how am I supposed to make them listen at that point? And it's just every 2 minutes I have to tell them to stop chatting. Oh, in a nice way, obviously. Because if you get angry, then they get all like... Anyway, so my neighbor is an absolute... What would the word be? Somebody who's very unkind, who you just wish would like disappear from all existence, so you never ever have to deal with that ever again. Like, she's one of those people. I'm getting hot in my chest as I'm talking about it, so basically it makes me angry, this thing. I had a massive argument with her. I asked her, I said to her, please, you're making my life worse. And she's like, but what's the big deal? And she just did not understand me. And I explained to her, my mind works differently. You're stressing me out with this. And she's like, I tell you what, I'm going to carry on doing it. That's what she said to me. And I said to her, I tell you what, then I'll make a formal complaint about you in the council. And then also, anytime you park your car here, I'm gonna call the ticket inspector to come and give whoever's parked there a ticket, because obviously you're not allowed to be doing that. So that's what I'm gonna do. I had a bit of a cry that night as well, because I just couldn't understand why people are just like that. Like, if somebody said to me, Nayna, can you stop illegally parking in front of my car and blocking my car? Do you think I'm gonna act like that? Like, no. I'm gonna be like, okay, sorry that I caused you harm. I'm gonna stop doing it, even though I wouldn't do it in the first place. But she did not care. She did not do that. She did not show me kindness. And I absolutely dislike her for that now. Absolutely dislike her for that. Oh my gosh, what a rant. Did I just start with such a big rant? I'm so sorry, because you came here to hear me talk about are threesomes a good idea? And I just totally went on a rant. So let's go on a journey together to talk about this conversation, because I don't know if they're a good idea or not, but I'm sure by the end of this conversation we're going to find out, are they a good idea or not? So I googled like, what should I talk about to do with sex? Like, what do people want to know about sex? Because today I just feel like I just want to talk about sex. It's so funny, like the kids were like, Miss, what's your stage name? Or what do you do? Or can I have your stage name? And I was thinking of my videos. I was like, absolutely not. Because you're going to find on my page that I talk about sex, and I don't know if that's appropriate for your age. So absolutely not can you have my stage name and find all these videos. Like, no thank you. But yeah, so I'm just in the mood to talk about sex today. So I tried to Google something, and then threesomes came up. And then as soon as like the threesomes came up, I got these images in my head of like of why people do it. And I've never been asked to have a threesome like ever in my life by any of my love interests or my boyfriends and stuff. So, but I got these images in my head. So let's talk about it. My hair's half wet today, so don't mind if I look different. Which, why would you mind anyway? I spoke to my therapist about my insecurities with these videos and she put me straight. She's like, Nayna, I don't think people care about things like that. And I was like, okay. She said people more care and get pissed off about like difference in opinions. I was like, oh, okay, well, I don't care about that. If you have a different opinion to me, that doesn't break my heart. Whereas if you feel like my videos are unprofessional, that breaks my heart. Like, Nayna, you look weird. Ouch. Don't say that, please. But my therapist thinks that not a lot of people think that way. Like, Nayna, you look weird. I have to calm down now for the conversation because I'm on some hype ting right now. So let me start with me first because I have to get my brain into this conversation now, because like me would absolutely never have a threesome unless, which I don't want to say the unless yet, there is an unless, and the majority of the time I would absolutely never have a threesome because first of all, I am the leader. So if somebody else is leading you and I'm watching, like, why am I here? Like, what's my position? I'm the follower or I'm the watcher? Like, excuse me, like, no, I'm the leader. So I'm the one that's on top, or I'm the one that you are with. I'm not a third piece here. There's absolutely, I'm a one piece and you're having me, so what? And then second of all, you think that I'm gonna be okay with a woman touching you, kissing you, having sex with you, and then you're having sex with her, and then you guys are like kissing, and then you guys are like making sexual noises together, like in front of me. Like, I actually feel like I want to cry right this moment. Like, absolutely not. If you want me to become a murderer and go to prison, then we will do that. But if you want me to not do that, then we're not going to do that, because there's no way am I going to have you making sexual noises with another woman when I'm there. No, 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 no. So because I know that I'm like this, I know that I have this opinion, so then I was thinking to myself, so why is it then that people do that then? And then I got the images coming to my head, right? So the first image is that there's a scenario where it's just like pure play. There is no emotion, yeah? So I'm not obsessed with you, I don't love you, I'm not smitten by you, no, none of those emotions are present. It's just pure play. You know, like if you're drunk and you're just doing some stupid and then you're just playing and it's just fun and there is no like emotional connection or emotional reasoning, or there is no reasoning, you're just doing it because whatever, I didn't really think about it really. Like that type of like energy where it's just like pure play. I want to say pure play, but I don't like that word because I don't think it's descriptive enough. I don't know, there's just no passion. If you don't like the cinema and your friend says, oh, let's go to the cinema, and you're like, okay, and you're not really passionate about it, you're just like, yeah, okay, let's go, and then you go and then you go and you don't really think about it. There's nothing more to it. Like, oh, but that's not pure play though, because then that's boring play. So what is pure play? Basically, I think that there's serious, so then there's a reason, there's a meaning, and you're really paying attention and it's important, and then there is the opposite, which I'll say pure play, which there is no reason, there is no meaning, and you just want to play and you don't want to think about it and you just want to play. So I feel like threesomes belong in this side over here where there is no reason, there is no meaning, there is no emotion, and you're just playing, because then you don't care. Okay, I could sit here and watch because I'm just being stupid. I don't have a position in this threesome. There is no positions in a threesome, nor you, nor I do have a position in this threesome. We're just doing whatever we want, we're just playing. So if that's the case, then I could imagine that a threesome will be quite fun, because then you're just kind of like using each other as toys that has no feelings, that has no meaning. You're just a toy and I'm like, and I'm playing with the toy. I don't know if that's making sense. You know, like kids when they play with toys and they don't really care about the toy, they just play with the toy. So it's like that. So in that instance, it makes sense to have threesomes, because then it's like fun and exciting. Like, oh, we're gonna like do this as a threesome and I've never done that before, and let's play, and I don't love you, but we're just like having fun and we're playing, right? That makes sense. Then I got the image of like, okay, but some people, some couples, they want to have threesomes, because in the situation that I just said, nobody's a couple, you're just playing. It's like three friends, for example, just playing together, or three strangers just playing together. There's no like couples or relationships in that pure play. But then I realized that this happens in couples, so it's like, okay, and then I got an image for that. So basically I feel like some couples get to a point where they want to have the pure play, so they want to have less seriousness, they want to be more careless, and they want to be more light-hearted. Somebody's knocking on the door. Who is that? So I feel like the couples get to a stage where they just want to be less serious and they want pure play and they want it to not mean anything and they just want to like play around. So the emotion that you feel towards each other as a couple is not as strong, it's not as smitten, because like you can detach a little bit and treat each other like toys. And I feel like that's a phase in a relationship that some people might go through, where they do detach and the emotions are not so strong, so then the jealousy is not so strong and you can just treat each other like toys and just have pure play with a third person coming into the relationship. Now the third image is where I think a lot of people have threesomes. Actually, I don't know what happens in the world. This is, I'm guessing this from watching movies and from watching reality TV. I feel like a lot of people have this third scenario happen a lot of the time, which is they do it to please one of the couple. So you're in a couple, one of them has a fantasy to have a threesome, and they kind of either pressure you to do it, or you feel pressure that you need to impress them, you need to be adventurous, you need to be something to make them happy, to make you good enough for them. So therefore then you agree to do things to make them happy, and then that's why you do it, to make them happy, which then means that you're suffering in silence while this is happening, because then he does kiss her, he does do this, or she does kiss him and she does have sex with him in front of you, and you have to maintain the jealousy, to make it look like you don't care because you want to please that person, and you're suffering in silence. And I feel like that this is what happens a lot of the time. You're doing it to please one of the person in a couple, and this for me is definitely doing it for the wrong reason, because you're doing it not for yourself and you're suffering when you're doing it because you're trying to please somebody else and impress them. So even though I'm absolutely against having threesomes in a couple, I do kind of find it exciting to like not have no feelings for two people and then having a threesome with them. But then I'm not really sure that I want the girl to do anything to me. And actually can I have two men and me and I don't have feelings for neither one of you? Oh, that's interesting. Because if I had feelings for one of them, would I want to have a threesome with the one that I have feelings for and then like his friend or something? Like, I think I would. But we're going to get into that next. Why do we want that? There's a reason. But just to confirm, I'll prefer to have two men and me rather than me, another woman and another man, because I'd feel like I don't want her to touch me and I want to be interactive with all three of us, because then otherwise I'm just like here as a maid to you and then we are just like making you happy, and that's the waste of my time. Like, because why are we doing that? Because then that means that I'm just here for you and I just prefer for you two to be here for me. Is that selfish? Is that selfish? You know what though? I don't know if this is counts as a threesome, but I wouldn't mind watching two people but I don't get involved, or like you have sex with him and then you stop and then I'll have sex with him and then you watch us. Like, I don't know if that's a threesome, but I don't think that's a threesome, but I wouldn't mind that, because then we're taking turns and then I'm turning myself on, watching you two have sex, and then you do the same and watch us have sex. Like, I wouldn't mind that. That makes me interested. In the first scenario where nobody has feelings for each other, I wouldn't mind that. But if we're both playing at the same time, I don't want that, because I don't want to play with a girl. But if two men are playing with me at the same time, yes, I would want that. And if I have feelings for one of them, I wouldn't mind that either. Oh, this is so naughty, but there's a reason. Let's get into it. Because I said to myself, right, Nayna, so if you had a boyfriend who you absolutely adored and you was in love with him, right? And you knew he was obsessed with you, right? And you had a threesome with another girl, why would you do that? Think about it. Think about why would you do that? And do you know why I would do that? Because I want to prove how much he's obsessed with me. So then she will try to do things and then it's like, oh no, it's my turn. And then he'll like push her off. To have me like, oh, it's Nayna's turn. Oh, I want Nayna. Get off, get off. Like, to prove to me how much he loves me. So there's two of us here, so then I can feel my ego and how much you love me. And to prove that I'm the best. And to prove that you care about me the most. Oops. So I feel like that's the only scenario where I will have a threesome, is to prove how much you love me and how much you're obsessed with me, and that whenever I make a move, you get rid of her from your whatever she's doing to you, and then it's my turn because it's Nayna. Nayna's the best. Nayna's the one that I really want. And oh my gosh, Nayna's coming. Get off, get off. So then it made me think, is that what men do? Is that why they want threesomes, like secretly? Because so then I was thinking, okay, so I love the guy and it's me and his mate and him, right? So two guys and me, which I wouldn't mind. Why do you not mind, Nayna? Why do you want that? Because I want him to feel jealous. I want him to be like, she's mine. Why are you having sex with her? She's mine. And I want him to like hurt This is so bad. I know it's bad as I'm saying it, but let's be honest here, right? So I feel like it's to make him jealous. It's to make him like suffer a little bit. Like, yeah, your friend's having sex with me and you have to watch it. Like, yeah. So is that what men want as well? Is that why they want threesomes? To make the woman that they love suffer, so then she loves you even more? Is that why we're doing it? Because that's why I would do it. So what about if I didn't have feelings for any of them, it was two men on me and I didn't have feelings for any of them? Let me think about that. I feel like I would have to be totally in a playful, like pure play mood, and then it's just because I'm being greedy. So instead of you kissing me and touching me, I'm gonna have one concentrating on kissing me and one concentrating on like licking my vagina, and so then I'm just being greedy, because technically one person can do both of those things. But you know, let me be greedy, let me flex a little bit. Like, yeah, I can have one doing each thing. Like, it's more of a flex. It's like an ego thing of like, I'm flexing. I can have two people do what one person can do. It's just like, but it's stupid. There's no need for it. It's just a mask of like, yeah, look at what I'm doing. Look at what I'm doing. But there's no pleasure to that, because the pleasure is in the activity, and one person can do both of the activities. So it doesn't mean that it's more pleasurable to have two. It just means that it feeds my brain and like, look at what I'm doing, look at what I'm doing. So let's conclude this video. I'm feeling like it's just for sure we're doing it to feed our ego in one way or another. Because if it's two girls and one boy, yes, I'm playing, but what are we doing to you? We're feeding your ego. So we're not feeding my ego, but I'm just playing because I'm so careless and I'm doing whatever I want. So then if it's two men on one, yes, you two are playing and you're just having pure play, but for me, you're feeding my ego. So either way, like, we're feeding somebody's ego with having three people in the room having sex. But maybe it's a little bit different when you're watching and you're not getting involved and you're just watching. Yeah, I feel like that feels a little bit different, because then it's more like naughty. So then it is like making the pleasure a bit more, because you're watching but you're not getting involved, but you're watching. So it's like a mental game of like, oh, somebody's watching and they're not supposed to be watching and they're watching. It's like naughty. So I guess it's just a mind game that makes the situation more exciting, but it has to be really particular into what you want, into what makes you turned on. Because if you're doing it to please another person, it's not turning you on, it's doing the opposite, it's making you sad. But I just really feel like love is between two people, because in my situation it's always going to be between a man and a woman, and I just feel like there's one penis and there's one vagina. If I had two vaginas, it will make sense. So if you had two penises, it will make sense, but you don't. You have one penis, I have one vagina. So maybe, well, it's just obvious that it makes sense that it's just one and one and we're just two together. And to have more than that, I feel like it's greedy, or it's just like, look, I've got enough money to buy two houses, so I'm gonna buy two houses because I have the money. I have the money to buy two cars, so I might as well have the money to do it. And I don't think that way. I feel like if I had money to buy two houses, I'm gonna buy somebody else the second house, not me. I'm gonna gift somebody else a house because I've already got one. So I feel like it's greedy and immaturity, and that's why you want more than one. Because who wants to go in between two houses anyway? Because all of my stuff is in this house, so unless I buy all the same stuff for the second house, otherwise I'm going to have to keep moving things from one house to the other, and that's like stressful. And I like to stay in hotels, so why can't I just stay in hotels when I'm away from my house? Like, why do I need two houses? People don't like to stay in hotels. I love staying in hotels. Or is it because they spend too much money in a hotel, so then they prefer to have like a second house? So it's like more convenient to have two rather than one. It's like convenient. Listen, as long as everybody's happy, then what's the problem? So let's move on. So I was trying to find a quote for this section and I couldn't find like serious quotes, and they're all funny. So the first one is, I'm trying to have a threesome with money and success. I thought that was like so stupid, like, okay. And then the second one was, threesomes, no thank you. If I want to disappoint two people at once, I'll go to have dinner with my parents. So then that reminded me, some people who have threesomes, they have to be confident, right? Because like, what if you're not even confident? What if you don't like the size of your penis, for example? If you feel like you can't have sex, like, hell no, am I gonna have sex with two women at the same time? Because I'm already not confident with one. Why am I gonna have two? So maybe to have threesomes takes a lot of confidence, which I didn't consider at first. That you have to be pretty confident to have two people on you to feel like you can please both of them. Unless you're really selfish and you're like, you're here to please me, I'm not here to please you, which maybe that's me. Oh my gosh, am I selfish? No, actually, I wouldn't mind like 2 men laying down and then I've got to please the both of you. I've got to suck both penises and, you know, stroke both and kiss both. That just sounds like so interesting. Like, why does that sound so interesting to me? What if I had like feelings for the both of them? Right, let me do the closing message and I'll explore that a little bit. I'm in love with both of them. Wait, let me get the image. This guy's there. Let's say that guy's there. I just feel like I want to have them separate because I like them so much. So if I have both of them there, I feel like I don't want them to talk to each other. I don't want them to bond. I want them to just be about me, and we can't help but bond. So they're going to talk and I don't want you two to talk. So I'd rather to have one at a time. Unless I have one that I have feelings for and then your mate comes along and then it's this like new thing, exciting new thing, and then you're a bit jealous, but whatever. Like, I don't want to have feelings for the both of them. Because also, if you both have feelings for me, shouldn't you both be like a little bit like jealous that I'm having the both of you? And if you're not and you're okay with it, then isn't that like off put as well? Like, I'll be put off by that. Like, excuse me, you don't care that you're sharing me? Get off, go away. No, I'm not doing this. Unless, again, you're feeding my ego. If you're both like, yeah, but Nayna, I love you so much that we're going to do whatever you want and we're not going to talk to each other. We're going to do whatever you want. But then that means that you're my puppy and I don't fall in love with people that are my puppy because I don't want you to be my puppy. What a complex situation. So I'd rather have one at a time, or I'd rather be in love with one and have your mate. But either way, you're feeding my ego because I want you to be jealous. I want you to be crazy about me. So then we're just feeding the ego. So then is this just an immature game and a greedy game? Maybe. But regardless of any of that, of what I just said, listen, do you, whatever makes you happy. But please, please just be honest with people. Be brave. Be a big person. Be brave. Be courageous. Be honest about who you are. Don't be scared of being who you are. Because if you lie, basically, you're not brave. If you lie, you're not strong. Because a strong person tells the truth because they're like, this is who I am. Nobody can scare me away from being myself. So then if you lie, you're not strong. So be brave, be strong, and tell people the truth and be honest. And as long as you're being honest and people are happy to do all those things, then go ahead and have your fun. And certainly don't force or don't intimidate your partner to do things they don't want to do, because that's just not very nice. Right, until next time, I've got a video in this week, even though I had a stressful week. So hopefully I'll be back next week and I shall see you then. Okay, goodbye.